So guys, we got a massive rumor. Well, it's more like a info, all right, here in China about something that will happen in December. And I'm going to explain why it lines up. Pretty big, massive rumor, all right? It's a rumor right now, but I'm going to explain why I think it's absolutely correct and it's absolutely going to happen. And it comes from a fairly credible source. But first of all, NIO is launching in the UAE, all right? And they have the stores there. One of my subscribers, you guys, sent me this photo. Thank you so much for that photo. Showcases one of the pop-up stores. They apparently have around 30 EL8s or ES8s already available there. Several of them have already been accounted for, already sold. So 3 of them have already been sold. And then early next year, they're going to have EC6s and ET5s and the other cars being sold there as well. So this is definitely a very good start. And I do believe that the UAE market will be a very lucrative market for NIO because, the UAE guys, they like their big, luxurious cars. And of course, NIO offers that. So very good start, and I wish them very good success in the UAE. Now, what is the big rumor? First, let's talk about where this rumor comes from. It's from a NIO manager, not the NIO manager that we usually talk to, a different guy who's been at the company for 5+ years, and he is fairly credible, and he's said that in December, NIO is going to have massive discounts of up to 50% on the ES7 and ES8. And the reasoning behind that, we'll talk about the reasoning behind that, but it's more for big clearance sales. And the ES8 and ES7 will move under 400,000 RMB or under 56,000 US dollars. For reference, right, the ES8 currently starts at 498,000 RMB. So that's roughly at minimum a 100,000 RMB discount or a decrease in price to essentially boost sales, but also more or less because, of course, what's happening in December, you got NIO Day, and we've all heard rumors that they're going to launch the 3rd gen ES8 and the 3rd gen ES7, and that really does make sense, and that really lines up with this discount that they're gonna that's rumored that's going to happen. I mean, if you're selling the iPhone 16, of course, the iPhone 15 can't have the same price, right? Nobody's going to buy the iPhone 15 if it's the same price as the iPhone 16. So, of course, you have to do a discount, and it's very logical. So there's no need to panic. And apparently, there's also going to be a big clearance sale of other vehicle models as well, even the ones that aren't getting a NT 3.0 car at NIO Day. So models like the ES6 and the ET5 and ET5T, these cars will also see a big clearance sale with like up to 20% discount in December to essentially get rid of all the showroom cars, all right, the existing showroom cars, get that out of the way, and then maybe get in some new showroom cars and boost those delivery numbers. And of course, at the end of the year, we got Q4 numbers, and they want to really showcase a very spectacular Q4 number growth year over year. And I'm pretty confident that they're going to be able to achieve that. Now, of course, we need to talk about the expectations for the 3rd gen ES8 and the 3rd gen ES7. The ES7 currently, all right, like it or not, is NIO's worst selling vehicle model. Okay, out of all the vehicle models, ES7 sells the least compared to all the other vehicle models. And there's many reasons for that. I'm not going to cover it in this video. I've done it before. But what we do expect is you have the ES8, you have the top of the line, most expensive version of the ES8 has the clear motion suspension, which is the same one that the ET9 has. Hydraulic suspension, very revolutionary. And then the cheaper version of the ES8 will have dual chamber air suspension, similar to the one that the current ES8s have. And then the ES7 will be more of a traditional 5-seater large SUV with air suspension. So that's how it's going to be. The ES8 will be a 6 or 7 seater. So that's going to be very, very luxurious. And of course, with NT 3.0, we expect, well, the design apparently is going to be more or less very similar to existing ES8s, but the interior is going to have a very big change. So you're going to see a massive horizontal screen, and of course you're going to have rear executive screens, sort of like the ET7 executive version. Right? You have screens on the back of the seats for rear entertainment, and then of course you could also possibly have like a little tablet in the middle, in the center console, and of course a very nice big fridge. And of course, with NT 3.0 cars, we know for a fact that it's going to be 900 volts. The battery pack, the default battery pack, is a 120 kilowatt hour battery pack that supports 900 volts, super fast charging. And that means that officially NIO is going to be slowly rolling into NT 3.0 cars. And they're still going to sell the NT 2.0 cars. They're not going to completely like get rid of NT 2.0 cars, because the ES6, the ET5, ET5T are still NIO's best-selling cars right now, and they make up about 80% of the sales. So there's no reason for them to get rid of their bread and butter, right? The bread and butter makes the most amount of revenue for them, so they're going to keep that for as long as they can until they have another product to replace it. So going into next year, going into the end of this year, we're going to see really good deliveries, guaranteed, both from Anvo and from NIO, because they're committed to make sure that there are great deliveries from both the stores doing these discounts, and also, of course, global launch with all these different countries also working hard to sell more cars. So I think for investors, there should be no need to panic when it comes to these big discounts. It is just a product shift. Right? They're moving into 3.0 cars, and it's necessary for them to do this kind of discount. So I am very optimistic about the future for NIO, and especially what NT 3.0 brings to the product lineup. A lot of current first-gen NIO owners are holding off on switching to NT 2.0 car because it's very similar, right? You still have a vertical screen, the battery packs are the same, essentially. You added LiDAR, but most people don't really care about that, right? They care about battery swap. And the user experience isn't a huge upgrade compared to NT 1.0. So me personally, I'm also looking forward to NT 3.0 vehicles, and a EC7 would be perfect. All right, replacement for my first gen EC6. That would be absolutely fantastic. So do expect huge discounts, up to 50% for ES8s and ES7s going into December. Very, very shocking, but it's coming from a credible source, so I do absolutely believe that it's going to happen. So if you are considering buying a ES8 or ES7 here in China, maybe, right, you should test drive the car. If you're in urgent need of the car, maybe buy it, but maybe wait until December. All right, but that's just the info I got here in China. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.